President Bola Tinubu urges operators of water transportation in the country to prioritize safety over financial consideration in their daily business. Soldiers foiled terrorist attack in Taraba State and killed 2 suspects. Union suspend strike as federal government brokers peace between Dangote Refinery and Pengassan. President Trump's new executive order guarantees Qatar's security after Israeli attacks. Thank you for joining us here on Third Eye Africa TV. We're broadcasting from the Central Business District of Abuja. My name is Juliet Onra. Thank you for joining us once more. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has urged operators of water transportation in the country to prioritize safety over financial consideration in their daily business. The president gave the warning on the heels of the sad incident of a boat accident at Ibaji local government in Kogi State, which occurred on Tuesday, leading to loss of lives. He condoled with the government and people of Kogi State on the sad incident. According to reports, the victims of the tragedy were traders traveling from Ibaja local government area of Kogi State to Ilushu's market in Edo State. In a release by his spokesperson, Bayo Ononuga, the president expressed profound sorrow at the unfortunate incident, describing it as shocking and unfortunate, especially as the victims were embarking on their legitimate quest to make a living. Tinubu commended the first responders at the accident scene and urged federal, state, and local emergency responders to step up their effort to provide needed assistance to survivors and victims. He prayed for the peaceful repose of the souls of the departed and quick recovery for the injured. There is a call for a more inclusive and justice-driven approach to addressing Nigeria's long-standing herder-farmer conflict. The call was at a 2-day national conference on herdsmen and farmer conflict dialogue with the theme Securing Nigeria's Future, addressing the root causes of farmer-herder conflict through justice and inclusive dialogue. This took place in Abuja. Margaret Ogumesi has the report.
In recent years, conflict between farmers and herders have caused significant loss of life and displacement across Nigeria. Between 2020 and 2024, there were 359 violent incidents tied to these clashes, resulting in about 2,347 casualties. In a bid to address the long-standing conflict between farmers and herders across Nigeria, Leadership Hub, Justice and Economic Advancement organized a 2-day national conference calling for a justice-centered approach that gives equal voice to both herders and farmers. The dialogue, which brought all stakeholders together, highlighted that conflict requires more than security crackdowns, but also tackling the underlying historical and socio-economic issues is essential.
This issue is a security issue. It's also an economic issue. It's cut across board because you are dealing with the issue of food security, which is an economic issue. You are dealing with the security of lives and property, which is the farmers and the herders and the community as well. So it cuts across board because you might think that maybe this issue only concerns the farmers and the herders. No, it concerns Nigeria as a country.
Speaking at the event, CP Umar Yakubu said in brokering peace, the security apparatus cannot do it alone.
We need collaboration with the civil society, the leaders of the farmers, the Mieti Allah, and other stakeholders so that we can collaborate and do the needful. Police cannot do it alone.
Honorable Yaya Isa, Deputy National Secretary of Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, lauded the timeliness of the dialogue and reiterated the need for reorientation to bring about peace amongst farmers.
What I've seen in this program is something very laudable. It's something that needs to have been done time before now. And I still believe that it should be encouraged. It will go further in disseminating idea, facilitating idea, encouraging people to understand one another. There is nothing most important that will bring about normal peace in this issue between herders and farmers rather than orientation, for them to understand and agree to live as how they were living before.
Also speaking, Honorable Khalid Mohammed Bello, National President of Kula Ala Cattle Rearers Association of Nigeria, noted that both ranching and grazing reserve are welcomed, however, asked the Northern Governor to pay attention to the sector.
We are not objecting ranching, but what we are saying, whatever that will be done, let it be done in our existing grazing reserves, because we have enough grazing reserve which can contain all our livestock. And you know, pastoral occupation is only for North now, if true is to be said. So let the Northern governors do the needful. If the Northern governors then neglected livestock sector, most of the, very few of them consider that sector.
While the immediate triggers of violence often involve cattle destroying crops, contaminated water sources, or cycles of harassment, analysts stress that these incidents are only surface-level expressions of much deeper structural and governance failures. The event concluded with a call for policymakers, civil society actors, and community leaders to adopt sustainable peace strategies that prioritize fairness, dialogue, and socio-economic reforms.
Troops of 6th Brigade Nigeria Sector 3 Operation Wild Stroke have successfully foiled a terrorist attack and neutralized 2 suspected terrorists in Taraba State. This is contained in a statement released by Lieutenant Umar Muhammad, Acting Assistant Director, Army Public Relations, 6th Brigade Nigerian Army in Jalingo. He said acting on credible intelligence, troops on October 1st, 2025 advanced to Toki Kaba village, where bandits were reported to be converging. During the operation, troops made contact with the terrorists along the power line axis and immediately engaged them with superior firepower, resulting in the neutralization of 2. Muhammad said items recovered included 1 locally fabricated pistol, 2 Dane guns, 3 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, 1 Boeing radio, and 1 motorcycle and other items. He quoted Brigadier General Kingsley Uwa, commander of the brigade, as commending the troops for their swift response, resilience, and professionalism. As Nigeria marks its 65th year anniversary independence, people in Katsina State have divergent views on the achievement made from 1960 to date. Since independence from British colonists on the October 1st, 1960, Nigeria has witnessed different types of leadership ranging from the military to civilian administration. Correspondent Shamsuddin Habibu examines the country's achievement and challenges in the 65 years of nationhood.
The country Nigeria got its independence on the 1st October 1960 alongside other African countries. This milestone was achieved through the hard work, commitment and sacrifice of the first leaders. Since then, Nigeria has witnessed an unprecedented leadership of the military and civilian administrations. The 65 years of being a one entity has been confronted with a series of challenges to make the country a great nation despite the efforts of the first leaders. Nigeria, which is being referred as Giant of Africa, has the population of over 200 million people across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The country is blessed with abundant mineral resources, which, if properly harnessed, will greatly uplift the living standard of Nigerians. Some Nigerians viewed the 65 years of the Nigerian independence as a great success for the entire African continent.
Well, let me begin by saying that Nigeria as a nation actually has recorded some development following its independence in 1960 to date. We have seen rapid expansion in education in terms of establishment of institutions, primary school, secondary school, and higher institutions. And therefore, we have seen some changes in healthcare services and delivery.
Sparing our lives to witness this great historic day, that is 1st October, the day we are celebrating Nigeria's independence. And it is a day that calls for sober reflection to look back and see where Nigeria was, where it is today, and where it is heading in the future. We pray that Almighty Allah will continue to give our leaders the courage, the dedication to lead us to the promised land.
Having independence, that's very remarkable. There is a lot of achievements, and also we cannot say that there is no other challenges, but there's a lot of remarkable achievements to date. That's why.
Similarly, others find that the country needs to strategize to achieve more success, especially in the area of human development.
On the other hand, if we are to assess the level of development in Nigeria, then we can see that there is much to be desired. In fact, Nigeria is far than what it is now. The development, I say, cannot be compared with its sisters countries like South Africa, like India, like Malaysia, and so on. So we pray for our leaders to couple up, to do their best so that Nigeria has achieved what is rather attained development in the group of years to come.
And the other sense, and even religious perspective. Still, the unity of Nigeria is not up to the expectation. And another challenge is corruption. Still now, and mostly if you are looking from the from 1960 to date, like the corruption is increasing. From what happened to the First Republic, to the military government, come to the Second Republic, and down to the Third Republic, you could see that the issue of corruption is growing in the country.
The 65 years anniversary of Nigeria came when the country is facing security and economic challenges which need to be addressed to enhance the well-being of Nigerians. Shamsuddin Sani, Third Eye, Africa.
Governor Abba Yusuf has called for immediate removal of the state's police commissioner, Ibrahim Adamu Bakori, accusing him of unprofessionalism and partisan conduct that threatens the peace of the state. The call follows the alleged withdrawal of police participation from the Independence Day celebration in the state. Governor Yusuf expressed outrage at the action of the police commissioner, claiming that he issued the directive just hours before the event. The governor described the action as sabotage and a betrayal of the police's constitutional duty, insisting that Bakori continued to stay in Kano State poses a security risk.
On this note, on behalf of myself as the leader of the government of Kano State, elected by you people, and on behalf of all the Kano people, we condemned this unnational attitude of the CP today. And history will be there. You can see I used my own pilot car to go around. This is unethical. This is unprofessional. This is disservice to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I therefore wish to seize this opportunity to call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR. We know he is a thorough man. We know he is a no-nonsense man. I am saying this. We call respectfully on him to remove the Commissioner of Police from Kano State today. And on behalf of all of you, I am writing a petition, a complaint, which will be forwarded through the National Security Advisor to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces. Kano people are highly respected people. Kano people want to see the progress of Nigeria in unity. We don't want people that will come and create problems for us.
Still on the 65th Independence Anniversary, the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has warned that millions of citizens are still grappling with hunger, insecurity, and joblessness despite ongoing reforms. Khan stressed that true progress must go beyond economic statistics to tangible relief in households across the country. In a statement signed by Archbishop Daniel Okor, president of Khan, to mark Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary, the apex Christian body congratulated the nation on its milestone, but urged leaders to prioritize policies that deliver food security, protection of lives, and opportunities for people. Khan acknowledged that Nigeria has recorded notable growth in education, healthcare, infrastructure, agriculture, and telecommunications since independence. It's recalled that from a handful of schools and institutions in 1960, the country now boasts thousands, producing generations of young men and women shaping the nation's future. However, the association stressed that the unfinished business of nation building is being undermined by rising costs of living, food insecurity, unemployment, and inflation. On security, Khan lamented that terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and communal conflict have inflicted deep pain on citizens and displaced families across the country. The Adamawa State Governor Amadou Fintiri has granted pardon to 6 prison inmates, 7 various prison sentences in some correctional facilities in the state. Pardon is in commemoration with the celebration of Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary. Fintiri, in a statement, said the inmates had demonstrated significant improvement in their behavior and conduct. He said the action is in the exercise of his prerogative of mercy as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and in line with the recommendation of Adamawa State and the Advisory Council on Prerogative of Mercy. The governor, who ordered their immediate discharge, has also directed relevant authorities to give immediate effect to the order. Over 2 billion naira has been spent for the payment of fees of KB State students studying in and outside the country. Governor Nasir Idris disclosed this when members of the Area Consultative Forum, ACF, paid him a courtesy visit in his office in Birnin KB. Correspondent Hayatu Bala Nasara has more on the report.
Governor Nasir Idris says education remains one of the top priorities of his administration, considering it as foundation of development, adding that he is committed to ensuring every child has access to quality education in Kebbi State. He said over the last 2 years, his administration renovates over 2,000 schools and provides them with learning materials, and also recruited primary and secondary school teachers towards raising the standard of learning in the state.
This government, between the construction and the rehabilitation in less than 2 years, we have been with primary and secondary school. We have built and rehabilitated over 2,000 primary and secondary schools.
Governor Nasir Idris also expressed appreciation for the visit, describing the Area Consultative Forum as a unifying body for the entire northern region. He assured the delegation of his government readiness to work hand in hand with the forum in promoting peace, security, and socio-economic progress, not only in Kebbi State, but also across northern Nigeria.
We have distributed in the dry season farming about 20,000 solar pumps, 10,000 CNG pumps, and 10,000 herbicides. We will distribute them to our farmers free. This year, by God grace also, maybe by next month, by God grace, we are going to plug off of the dry season farming.
Earlier in his remarks, the Board of Trustees at the Consultative Forum, Alhaji Dahiru Wazir Ndutsi, commended the governor for his developmental strides and committed to the welfare of the people of the state. He emphasized the need for sustained collaboration between the forum and the state government across the north to tackle challenges of security, education, and economic empowerment.
The Area Consultative Forum, the purposes of promoting and protecting and projecting all that is deemed northern interests, either in the economy or in the social sector, and even politics.
The visit featured a closed-door meeting between the governor and the forum's leadership, where discussions centered on strengthening regional unity and addressing developmental challenges facing the North. I am Hayatu Balanasara, reporting for Side Eye Africa from Birnin Kebbi.
The federal government has brokered peace in the face-off between the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASN, after 2 days of conciliation meetings. A statement issued by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Mohammed Megari Dingyadi, disclosed that the matter was resolved following lengthy discussions. The statement said the Dangote Group will redeploy staff earlier disengaged from its refinery operations following the resolution of its dispute with PENGASN. The federal government also announced that the redeployed staff will not suffer any loss of pay due to the redeployment. He further explained that both sides has reached a compromise, noting that PENGASN agreed to start the process of calling off the strike. The minister also stressed that unionization is a right of workers in accordance with the laws of Nigeria, and this right should be respected. The dispute began after PENGASN raised concerns over what it described as a mass transfer and dismissals of union members by Dangote Refinery management. The operatives of the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, have rescued 24 victims and arrested 5 suspects at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. NAPTIP said among the arrested suspects at the airport was a retired senior uniform officer with one of the foremost law enforcement agencies in Nigeria. The agency spokesperson Vincent Adekoyo, in a statement, described the operation as a decisive and unprecedented crackdown that caught all actors unaware. He said the Director General of NAPTIP, Binta Adamu Bello, led a high-powered special operation at the airport, resulting in the rescue of 24 victims of human trafficking and the arrest of 5 suspected trafficking agents. He said the well-planned action was a continuation of the newly unveiled anti-human trafficking effort, an onslaught against human trafficking by the Director General, targeting recruitment hub, trafficking sport and route within Nigeria. We'll take a short break. We have more news. Stay with us. Welcome back from that short break. You're still watching Third Eye Africa TV. Now we have more news in business. The ambitious Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline project, estimated to cost $25 billion, is advancing rapidly with the creation of a dedicated project company and the expansion of its international financial backing. The pipeline, set to stretch nearly 6,000 kilometers across West Africa, is designed to enhance regional energy access and provide a secure link for Nigerian gas to reach Europe. According to a statement, the Director General of Morocco's National Office of Hydrocarbons and Mines, Amina Bigdra, confirmed that the formation of the project company is underway, a crucial step for structuring the massive financing and overseeing implementation. Technical studies completed in 2025 were said to have confirmed the pipeline's route. Governor Nasir Idris of Kebbi State says his administration remains committed to policies that would attract investment, generate employment, and improve the livelihood of people of the state. The governor made remark when he received members of Car Dealers Association on a courtesy visit in his office in Birnin Kebbi. Our correspondent, Hayatu Bala Nasara, reports.
The governor expressed appreciation for the visit, describing the association as a vital stakeholder in the economic growth of Kebbi State. He promised to create a more enabling environment for businesses to thrive, adding that his administration is committed to helping small-scale national and international businesses towards boosting the economy of the state and the country at large. He also pledged to look into their request of allocated land for their business. Speaking, the newly elected chairman of the Car Dealers Association Kebbi State chapter, Malam Usman Alladi, said the visit was to commend the governor for his developmental strides and to seek his government's continued support for the automobile sector in the state. Also speaking, The national president of the association, who was represented by Alhaji Nasiru Atiku Baba, noted that car dealers contribute significantly to the state economy through job creation, revenue generation, and the provision of essential transportation service. He also assured the governor of the association's readiness to partner with the government in promoting investment and ensuring that the industry operates in line with laid down regulations. I am Hayatu Balanasara reporting for Side Eye Africa from Birnin Kebbi.
Still on service delivery in Kebbi State, Governor Nasiru Idris has again reiterated his administration's determination to execute projects that will have direct and lasting impact on the lives of the people of the state, transparency, accountability, and service delivery. The governor, who stated this when he received members of the Kebbi State Contractors Association who paid a solidarity visit in his office in Birnin Kebbi, also expressed his government's commitment to transparency and accountability in service delivery. Again, Hayatu Bala reports.
Governor Nasir Idris of Kebbi State appreciated the contractors for their show of solidarity, assuring them that his government remains committed to transparency, accountability, and timely execution of projects for the benefit of the people of the state. The governor further called on the contractors to be diligent in their work, stressing that the progress of Kebbi State depends on collaboration between government and stakeholders in the construction sector. Governor Nasir Idris also pledged to steadily feed the outstanding debt incurred by the previous administration so as to boost the morale of the indigenous contractors. Earlier, the Kebbi State chairman of the indigenous contractors, Alhaji Sonaya Ambursa, said the visit was to express support for the governor's people-oriented policies and to reaffirm the contractors' commitment to partnering with government in driving development across the state. Alhaji Naya commended Governor Nasir Idris for his focus on infrastructure, education, and youth empowerment, pledging that members of the association will uphold standards and deliver quality projects that reflect the administration vision. Other members of the association who spoke during the visit explained that the solidarity visit will not only strengthen the partnership between government and contractors, but also signals a renewed commitment to delivering developmental projects that will improve the lives of citizens across the state. I am Hayatu Balanasara reporting for Side Eye Africa from Birnin Kebbi.
And now to some regional news. Former Democratic Republic of Congo President Joseph Kabila has been sentenced to death in absentia for war crimes and treason. The charges concerns accusation that Kabila has been supporting the M23, a rebel group who have wreaked devastation across the country's eastern region. Kabila was convicted by a military court of treason, crimes against humanity, and war crimes including murder, sexual assault, torture, and insurrections. He denied the charges but did not appear in court to defend himself. The ex-president rejected the case as arbitrary and said the court were being used as an instrument of oppression. M23 rebel leader Bertrand Bisimwa said on X that the sentence was a violation of the peace talks which were underway with the government. Kabila, 54, led DR Congo for 18 years after succeeding his father Laurent, who was shot dead in 2001. Kabila backed Tshisekedi in the disputed 2019 election, but they later fell out and Kabila went into self-imposed exile in 2023. And now to global news. The United States Embassy in Nigeria has assured that visa and passport services will continue despite the partial shutdown of the U.S. government. It said at the time scheduled passport and visa transit services in the United States and at U.S. embassies and consulate overseas will continue during the lapse in appropriation as the situation permits. It explained that its social media account would not be updated regularly until government funding is restored, except for urgent safety and security information. The announcement comes as many Nigerians express concerns that the shutdown in Washington could affect visa processing, student travel plans, and other consular services. The shutdown, which began after U.S. lawmaker and President Donald Trump failed to reach a budget deal, has forced several federal departments and agencies to halt operations. It stems from a dispute over Democratic demands for healthcare funding, which Republicans have resisted. Trump, while defending the shutdown, said it could help him eliminate programs linked to Democrats' priorities. The closure will not affect essential services such as the military, postal services, and social welfare schemes like Social Security and food stamps. However, as many as 750,000 federal workers could be sent home daily without pay until a funding deal is reached, according to the Congressional Budget Office. And still in global news, President Donald Trump has issued an executive order in which the United States pledges to guarantee Carter's security, including retaliatory military actions if the country were to come under attack again. This comes in the wake of Israel's unprecedented airstrikes on the countries last month that drew regional and global outrage. Israel said the attack targeted Hamas leaders who were in the capital, Doha, discussing a U.S. ceasefire proposal for Gaza under Qatari auspices. It killed several members of the Palestinian group team, but not the leader, as well as a Qatari security officer. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has, however, apologized to Qatar for the killing of its citizens. Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman received the apology on Monday in a joint call from Trump and Netanyahu during their meeting at the White House. In his latest executive order, Trump said the U.S. and Qatar are bound together by close cooperation, shared interests, and the close relationship between their armed forces. The U.S. president added that Qatar was a steadfast ally in pursuit of peace, stability, and prosperity, and had supported Washington in mediating regional and global conflict. Stay with us for a recap of our major stories. President Bola Tinubu urges operators of water transportation in the country to prioritize safety over financial consideration in their daily business. Soldiers fought a terrorist attack in Taraba State and killed 2 suspects. Unions suspend strikes as federal government brokers peace between Dangote Refinery and Pengas. President Trump news executive order guarantees Carter's security after Israel attack. And with that, we come to the end of the news at this hour. Thank you for staying here with us on Third Eye Africa TV. Keep watching Third Eye Africa TV. My name is Juliet Onwura.